"We need money now." Meg caught yelling at Has orders him get a job after huge debt lead to bankruptcy. The cover of the latest issue of the National Enquirer proclaims Meghan orders Harry, "Get a job, we need cash." The gist of the article inside is that Markle is desperate for money and is worried an $8 million money crunch is going to sink the couple financially. The tabloid is counting on its readers having little understanding both of how the royal family's finances work in general and how the deal is structured in terms of allowing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to step down as senior members of the firm. The outlet paints Meghan Markle as the villain. A so-called high-level palace courtier tells the paper, "Meghan's terrified her champagne dreams of being a Hollywood queen will be shattered by this financial nightmare and is insisting Harry get off his duff and solve the crisis." The tabloid alleges the couple is in debt due to expenses like their rented home in Vancouver, the agreement to pay back $3 million to the British government for their renovations to their home base in the United Kingdom, Frogmore Cottage, and expected future security costs. Because of all this, the outlet's dubious source asserts, Meghan told Harry, "We need money, now." In other news, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been warned they'd be crazy to sell their £11 million mansion in Montecito after it emerged its value could be halved in just 2 months as inflation grips the US. Real estate expert Mukhtar Jabal said with inflation running at 9.1% in America, even the mega-rich, like the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are feeling the pinch. The couple bought the stunning 9-bedroom and 7-acre property in Montecito, California, in June 2020, where they now live with their 2 children, Archie Mountbatten Windsor and Lilibet Diana Windsor. The $14.7 million, £11 million, home was once available to rent via Gigster for an incredible $700, £537, an hour for productions. Officially known as Chateau of Riven Rock, it features 9 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms as well as a spa, 2-bedroom guest house, library, games room, arcade, cinema and private gym. And while the highly desirable part of South California is famed for attracting A-list celebrities, with the couple boasting neighbors including Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres and Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom and their daughter Daisy Dove, its property market has not been immune from rising inflation, which has cooled property prices across the US. But Mr. Jabli, the founder and CEO of luxury home rental firm the Nightfall Group, said inflation had bitten a gigantic chunk out of the property market. According to data from Realtor.com, the median property price in Montecito nosedived from £9.12 million, $11.0625 million, in May to £4.33 million, $5.250 million, in July, equating to around a 45% drop. The astonishing fall comes as record low interest rates enjoyed since after the 2008 crash have steadily risen in recent months as the US Fed struggles to bring down inflation, which is running at the highest levels for decades. At the end of July it raised its benchmark rate 0.75 percent points for the second consecutive month to a range of 2.25% minus 2.5%. Mr. Jabli said that while it will be good news for savers, the flip side is that credit is more expensive, reducing the amount that people can borrow and effectively throwing cold water on the formerly red-hot market. The real estate expert, whose portfolio includes an estimated $1 billion of luxury mansions across LA, said that inflation has taken the wind out of the market's sails. And despite the dire headline figure, he said he is confident the market will recover after inflation is tamed. It is predicted to fall back to around 2% by the end of 2023, according to the International Monetary Fund. He said, "Harry and Meghan have still made a really good investment in my view. It may seem like they have been royally ripped off, but in fact the opposite is true. Inflation has bitten a gigantic chunk out of the property market, but the Fed is already raising interest rates to tackle that. In the short term, that may seem even worse because it makes borrowing more expensive. But they need to control the economy in order for it to grow sustainability. It's only a matter of time before it is back under control, and when that happens, Harry and Meghan's mansion will be back worth $13 million. And it's only a matter of time before it surpasses that value and starts making them a profit." If they sold it today or tomorrow they'd lose money, which is why they'd be crazy to do so. Unless they absolutely had to, why would they? If they do want to sell it, all they've got to do is sit on it for a few years until the market rebounds and they'll be in the money. Mr. Jabel, who has created a portfolio of luxury properties since moving to California in 2016, spoke shortly after the couple's home was the subject of 2 intruder scares in just 12 days. Police were called on both occasions on May 19 and 31 amid reports that someone had gained access to the property. Both intrusions were recorded as trespassing, property crimes and suspicious circumstances by police, according to reports.